Go. Hello. Right, I'm not going to do a boring post about cars today. I'm going to do a post about honey extraction. Now, yes, I'm a beekeeper. Don't hold it against me. Now, this is not a tutorial, so all those people out there who do keep bees, yes, I'm not doing it 100% like you would. Just get over it. This is how I do it. Okay, this is a super. This is the honey box where the bees store all their honey. I've just taken it off the hive, and if my glamorous assistant can close in, that is what a frame of honey looks like. This is comb. This is drawn comb. You see, the frames don't start like that. They start like this, and then you put a piece of wax in there called a septum. Where else do we get a septum? Anybody discuss? The nose. Right, so put a piece of wax in, and the bees draw the wax out at 12.5 degrees either side, and then they fill it with honey like that, and then when it's filled they cap it. So this is capped honey, and that weighs about 3 kilos, I think. So I'm a little bit premature because this one isn't capped, but I want to get this extracted now because they're almost going to finish this super, and you don't want them to run out of space because otherwise they will swarm. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. Oh, God. Right, so we start by taking a frame, and we have to cut off the cappings. Okay, this is what monks originally kept bees for, not the honey. It's for the wax, because beeswax candles burnt better than tallow candles that poor people had. I hope you're writing this down. There'll be a short test at the end. So we're going to take the cappings off. Okay, come around this side, Ella. Now this is the messy part. Now you can use electric knives, you can use heated knives. I just got a carving knife, Nancy's favourite. So we just try and keep it flat and just gently try and cut the cappings off, keeping the wax out of the honey if we can. A slight angle like that. Jiggy jiggy. Getting jiggy with it there. Gosh. And there, you see, is the honey. Now we do that on the same on the other side, sorry. And that is cappings. That's the wax. So I'll show you how do we get rid of that later. So again, get jiggy with it. Missed a little bit there, slightly lower there. So I'll just try and scratch that off. You don't want to damage your comb, because drawn comb like this is, as all the beekeepers will tell you, it's like gold dust. If you just have flat wax, they can't store their honey anywhere. So drawn comb like this is ready to fill. So there we go. Now how do we get the honey out? We have an extractor. This holds 3 frames, and then you just spin it, and centrifugal force throws the honey onto the side wall, and then we open the tap at the end there, and we extract our honey. So this is only a small one. You can get 9 frame ones, you can get electric ones. This is the basic do-it-yourselfer jobby. So one in there, and now need another one there. To the okay, you can pause there, and I will. Getting hot, right? Okay, got 3 frames in the extractor, ready to go. Okay, now when you spin them, you must start slowly and just give it a little bit of a wang, because if you spin too hard, too fast, the weight of the honey will break the wax. So a little bit of a wang one way. You see. It's starting to stick onto the edges. That just gets the weight of the honey off. Okay, and then give it a little turn. Blimey, that is quite sticky stuff. This is spring honey, so this might be honey from rapeseed flowers, which if it is, can coagulate in the comb and stick, which means you destroy your comb, which is a nightmare. Okay, same again. Getting jiggy. Right. Just quickly, while we're on the subject of comb, this Nancy's favourite wok is for all our cappings. Okay, they are going to go in there, and we are going to put those over a pan of boiling water to warm up gently, and that will melt the honey from the wax, and I'll do that in a later post. For now, let's get rid of those and get back to the spinning. Right, see you in a bit. Okay, I'll put it on the floor, so now we can give it a bit of a proper spin. And I don't go mad, I just try and keep up a nice even speed like this for about 2 or 3 minutes. And as you can imagine, the honey is getting stuck to the side of the extractor. Okay, so that's the spinning complete. Now you can feel the weight is greatly reduced, and if you can get close in there, can you see there? Yes, they're hollow. You see the honey has come out, but we've maintained the comb. So these frames are now called wet frames, and so these are going to go back into the super, and they will go back into the hive where the bees will clean those out and refill them. Now this is May, so this is a spring flow, so this is a bit of luck. We'll get another one in the summer if we have sunflowers growing near the house. That'll be around August, and then I'll leave one full super with the bees for their winter. Not that they need it because they have a very big brood chamber which sees them through anyway, but I like to take a bit and leave them a bit. I think that's fair. Right, okay, so we're going to repeat this process until we've emptied all of these. We've got 5 more, odd number. I know I left one in there because it wasn't full. And so we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we've finished extracting, and you can see that we're just touching the bottom of our cage with the honey. That's how much we've got. So we'll measure it out into jars later on, which are there, once we sterilise them. So now we're just going to process the cappings, and then the best bit, clean up. Okay, last step, we have our honey bucket. We have 2 sieves, coarse and fine. Go on there. And this is our extractor full of honey, so the best bit, see how much we've got. And I'm just going to open up the honey tap there. And there we go. So we'll let that slowly drain through the sieves, and then I'll just jar it. I don't bother processing it any further, easy for you to say. I like to keep little bits of pollen and what's the other one? Oh, all the beekeepers are screaming at the screen now, aren't they? Propolis. Leave those in the honey because I think they will do you a bit of good. But you can see little bits of cappings, little bits of wax coming out there. We'll just sieve those out and start jarring. Look at that for a sight, isn't it? So, I wonder how many jars we've got. Okay, right, next thing we're going to put this back on the beehive and start jarring up. Okay, bain-marie, saucepan, boiling water, honey on top, cappings on top. Turn it down to a simmer, and we're just going to let all that melt, then let it set so the wax is on top of the honey, and then I'll show you what we're doing next. So the bain-marie is finished, the wax has been melted and now dried, and because it's lighter it's risen to the top of the honey, you can see in there. So now we're going to go and put that through the sieve, wait for that to drain off, and then we can start jarring. Oh, look at that. Okay, next. And finally, jarring, the best bit. Are you filming this bit here? Right. So we have our tub there, approximately about 8 kilos, I think, by the weight of it. So let it flow, let it flow. Oh, look at that. Ta-da! Finished! Not bad haul for one beehive, one super. Got another one down there, but that's not ready yet. That'll be more like in the summer. So if you get a jar of honey for Christmas, you know where it came from.